now you just have to share your screen and unmute yourself.
Charlie's here, Corey. Really excited about the stock this term. You don't have your phone in?
Oh, it's in the browser.
The browser?
Or in the.
I got it. I'll come.
Max is fine.
Max has got you.
Thank you.
Alright, ready? Check this out. Wait, this is not it.
Just press the microphone. Press the microphone.
Right there, in the middle.
It's right there.
I thought you wanted to share the screen, or is that already done?
Okay,
No, share
okay.
screen
On the
on the
share
right-
screen's
no,
on
left
the
side.
left. It's the left. Down.
Left.
Okay.
Yeah.
There, wow.
Okay.
Share.
Why was this so hard?
Because I can't. I heard that, Jim.
Yeah.
Okay. F11.
Actually, function F11. You have to function F11.
Function F11? Okay.
Or just any full screen function.
What?
Oh.
Can I just do
Maybe
this?
that one. There.
Oh.
Can you right click it?
Can we open it using a real PDF viewer?
Hold on.
Oh, that works too.
Yeah, let's use a real PDF. Where's the download button? Oh, it's already open. What?
Okay, this is fine. Nope.
It's fine, it's fine. We've already had enough issues. Oh. It's really fine.
Is this right? Is this right here? Is this right here?
Yes.
Sorry.
No.
Jim?
Okay.
There we go. I'm so sorry, people. Okay. So I'm presenting on tennis and the athlete mindset. So I hope most of you know this. These are the basics of tennis. You need a racket, you need some shoes, and there's three main different types of tennis courts. The three main different types are play.
We can't hear anything.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Cold, please.
Is it he can or everyone can?
Oh, it might be a different output. So when you put in the auxiliary,
Wait.
it's on the Google Hangouts.
Turn on the microphone. Okay, that's a good start.
Settings.
It's in settings, yeah.
Hello? No one?
I give up. Why? Doesn't it work? And Keith's called me like 20 times. He just doesn't know where he is.
Should probably answer that.
You're unmuted. You're muted, yeah.
Hello?
You killed it.
Someone?
It's not.
Please?
It's not me.
Just put the phone here.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh my god.
Does that work?
There you are, perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know why it wasn't working.
Now Charlie won't talk.
Now you can't see the slides. Good.
Okay.
Go space back over.
Now you have to share your screen again. And then everyone in the chat has to click on Julia's screen. Present to everyone. Present
This is
to
why I shouldn't give your science major.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
These are terrible.
figures and Sanders that can't figure this out. Okay.
Okay.
Can I just keep it on this?
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it on this. I'm so sorry for the trouble, you guys. We don't know what was happening. Okay. I'm just gonna keep it on this. Alright, I'm presenting on tennis and the athlete mindset. So let's begin with the basics. I really hope most of you know that you need these different things to play tennis. There's rackets. This is really player preference. There's all different types from Babolat to Head, Prince, Wilson. These are some of the major 4 brands of different tennis rackets. Then there's also shoes as well. These are also player preference. There's Adidas, Asics, Wilson's. so on and so forth. And then within tennis, there's 3 main different types of courts that you can play on. There's hard courts, there's clay courts, and there's grass courts. Most commonly, people play on hard courts, but also within the US and multiple places in Europe, it's very common to play on clay courts. In Europe, they have mostly red clay. In the US, we have mostly green clay, but which is also known as hard true, which is basically like a fake version of clay. And then there's different types of tennis balls. Yes, Max?
Does the tennis ball color have to match the court? Or like, when are these like the blue tennis balls, or like the green ones are the blue court?
They're blue tennis balls?
I think so.
No.
Blue court
so
fair. There's blue court.
most professionals, do not play with blue tennis balls. You can spray paint tennis balls if you want to. That's the only colored ones that I've seen. There's actually, when I'm going to different types of tennis balls, is depending on the age. So we have giant foam tennis balls for smaller children, and this basically just helps them with accuracy. The ball is lighter to hit, it's easier to get over the net. Then we progress into these green dot tennis balls, which are for about age 10. They use these in 10 and under tournaments. They're about the same size as a normal tennis ball, but they have a green dot on them, and they're a little bit easier to hit over the net, and they help with consistency in building their game. And then we go into the average tennis ball. With this, like you said, it's used in every professional tournaments and USTA and NCAA tennis. Also, like Max did, if you guys have any questions along the way, feel free to shout it out or put it on the Slack channel.
Raise my hand.
A little bit of history about tennis. This was kind of fun for me because I didn't know a lot of these facts as well. So the sport of tennis currently is known as lawn tennis throughout England and other areas, or simply known as tennis, but it is derived from real or royal tennis. It's a very similar sport to what the type of tennis we play now, but it is a bit more complex rules. And it was not until about the 6th century that we actually started playing the game of tennis that we know now with rackets. Before that, everyone just hit the ball with their hands. There's some similar games or sports to this known as handball, which is known in a few other contexts as well. A lot of the original tennis courts that I mentioned before are mainly in grass courts, and there's different parts of England that have these everywhere, such as Oxford and Cambridge. So you guys probably have heard about a lot of these. There's the 4 major Grand Slams in tennis. I guess like show of hands a little bit, have any of you heard of Wimbledon? Yeah? Okay, I hope so. So Wimbledon is the most prestigious one out of the 4 Grand Slams, and it is also the oldest one, and I believe the first ever tennis tournament that was created. It's located in Wimbledon, London at the All England Club, and a little bit of a fun fact about it is it's also known to have strawberries and champagne, so you drink this while you're watching the matches, and it's also known for strawberries and whipped cream as a nice snack on a sunny day. Another one of the major Grand Slams is the French Open, also known as Roland Garros, because it's at the Stade Roland Garros. And this is on clay tennis courts. It's the only major that is on clay, just like Wimbledon is the only major that is on grass courts. The other 2 majors are on hard courts, but those hard courts differ a little bit. So we'll go on to the Australian Open, which is held in Melbourne, Australia, at Melbourne Park. This one is a bit different than the US Open hard courts because the colors of the court. The US Open is known for their bright blue courts, where the Australian Open tends to have green courts. So the US Open, which has anyone ever been to the US Open? I personally haven't either. Sorry, there's a phone call. So this is in Flushing Meadows, Queens, New York City, and it's at the UST Billie Jean King Tennis Center. Billie Jean King is a prominent figure within the tennis community. She has been around the sport for a long time now, And she represents different things for the sport, for women, and different, she's also a lesbian, so she kind of represents different things within the sport. Going on to scoring a little bit. For scoring, this tends to confuse people a lot, so if you guys have any questions, please let me know. So each tennis match is comprised mainly of 2 to 3 sets. To win a set, you must have at least 6 games. And the games are scored starting at love, or which is also known as 0, and from there you could progress to another point, which is 15 love, and then a second point would be 30 love, and a fourth point would be 40 love. If you tie at 40 all, this is also known as deuce, and if you go beyond 40 all, you go to either advantage in or advantage out, which is also known as add in or add out. And then beyond that, the scoring can completely change depending on the tennis league. So for NCAA tennis, thanks, brother. You can just drop a foot. Alright, so for NCAA tennis, this differs highly from USTA and professional tennis leagues. So for my division, I'm Division I tennis, we score based off of 7 main tennis points to win the match as a team. One of these points is comprised of the doubles point, which you have to win 2 out of 3 courts. And for most doubles matches, you have to win the typical 2 out of 3 sets. And for ours, since we're D1, and they wanted to try to make it a little more accessible for people to watch on TV, but let's be real, most people aren't going to watch NCAA Division I tennis on TV, so I don't really know why they're doing it. But because of this, we only play 1 set instead of 2 out of 3 sets. And the set goes to a set tiebreaker if it's scored at 6 all. Set tiebreaker is a 12-point tiebreaker, but it's first to 7. So it's first to 7, win by 2. That's why it's a 12-point tiebreaker, because it's 7, 5, 12. And then a typical 3rd set tiebreaker, which you can play in lieu of a full 3rd set, is a 10-point tiebreaker instead of a 12-point tiebreaker. So for these doubles matches, if you win 2 out of the 3 doubles courts, you score